destruction is pretty incredible. I mean, it looked like actually nuclear bomb blast through it. And but even the place like that, still there are finding survivors, by the way.
A 7.8 tremor that sent the Richter scale needle into a tizzy struck Türkiye and Syria early in morning on 6 Feb. The largest sway of the needle across a seismograph when measured read 7.8. Within minutes, thousands of buildings across Türkiye came crashing down like a house of cards. Thousands of Turks and Syrians who were fast asleep inside their homes got buried under the rubble. If respite was what the Turks needed, so the rescue efforts may continue, they were in for another shock. This time, a 7.7 earthquake on the Richter scale that hit within 9 hours of the first. More than a week later, rescue teams on the ground and news reports claim thousands might still be buried under the rubble. What has left the community of disaster management experts shocked is the massive number of building collapses. According to reports, over 15,000 buildings have been destroyed completely. While the main shock is the strongest earthquake in Turkish history since 1939, the number of buildings that completely crumbled is massive. Experts believe this was a result of shoddy construction and lack of laws and regulations for the contractors. Turkey's building construction code was last revised in the 90s.
Well, here's how it works out. Essentially, the Turkish building code changed in the late about 1997 to 8, and so anything built prior to say year 2000 has no seismic consideration at all. Zero. So yeah, they are considered a very dangerous building. It's about similar, and that situation is kind of similar to what we find in many parts of the world, including India, by the way. And however, after 2000, anything built does have a seismic engineering in there. The biggest flaw we have here is the no engineers or contractors have no license. There's no license system. So that makes extremely, you be a mercy of the engineers and contractors you hired, essentially, right? You know, there's no minimum requirements per se. So anyone want to be the contractor, they can be contracted here. And also that there's no technical inspection that happens during construction to oversee the contractor by the independent engineer. But little things lacking, little things. For example, the hoop you see in the pillars, those steel is a very important, we call tie, that keep everything intact. If those built incorrectly by a little bit, if the earthquake sways, those pillars get exposed essentially. That's causes the collapse of the whole buildings like that. Or in a pillar or concrete, we gotta put the aggregate of this like a ragged little pieces of the rocks. That cannot be a little pebble, but they have the very smooth pebbles. So sometimes I see like that. So I see the little details like the lacking kill people. That's why we lost 40,000 people here.
As per more recent reports, even after 9 days since the earthquake rocked Turkey and Syria, rescue efforts increasingly resemble a mass exhumation. Tens of thousands of people might still be buried under the wreckage. Could Turkey have avoided the disaster? Perhaps not. But if earthquake-proof building and construction plans were followed, the number of lives lost, which as per last estimates is more than 40,000, could have been far smaller. For comparison, the earthquake that hit Japan in 2011 measured 9 on the Richter scale. And despite the tsunami that followed, the loss of life was half the number of people that Turkey has already lost.